Holler if you hear me, and welcome to tonight's edition of Art Uncensored. It is the top of the hour, 10 p.m. Eastern, and we are here and together for finishing off this little piece of Spider-Woman right here. Since we haven't drawn Jessica Drew in a long time, so I thought, why don't we go and do this to be the last piece for replenishing the Marvel color drawings category of my store. And then from there, we will be moving on to doing either, well, since the DC ones, we can go and check those to see if that will be what we will follow up with, or move down into the pop culture parts of our color art, or if we'll go even further down into the whole anime manga stuff. Let's go and take a little look right here of, yes, the DC is all cleared out. 12. And by that, I mean the DC work is all ready to go. So now we'll be moving on to the pop culture category. And then from there, going into anime and manga and all that. And well, we've got a little hello from a Nick right here, hoping we all have fun, as well as RJ saying we'll be back tonight. Good. And also Ruby Hoove came in preemptively with a $5 super chat to say, "Hi, Luke, enjoying your art. The watercolors are great. Thank you for sending them. Sorry it took so long letting you know. Life got ahead of me. Perfectly understandable. And you made up for it in the best way possible with super chatting right here. So that is great. Thank you for that. And yes, by the watercolors, she means that with everybody who got a subscription, and now with them being on issue 3 of Encrypted, I went and everybody's copy was enclosed with a little watercolor card and or sketchbook. So that is a little something that is a little extra for everybody out there that's been subscribed and everything like that. And soon also we'll be shipping out issue 3 up to Jason Brandt over there, to see the eventually when it gets unboxed live on his stream there, that he does like once a month, like 1 or 2 a month or so. And actually, him and the missus will be moving soon, as they've been saying in recent streams. So it's a matter of getting this in while we can with the P.O. box that's put there in the description of their videos before it winds up all having to get changed, because they're moving. So now that means there'll be a new P.O. box. And also, Ruby's been a member for 20 months, says like, share, subscribe. Have a great one. And I hope you have a great one too. So thank you for this. And on top of that, she went and gifted a channel membership. So we've already got 2 out of 3 tonight before the stream even started. Can we also get business in the store? Can it be a commission or art sale, or even a order of maybe even a pre-order for issue 4 of Encrypted? Because yes, if we go and share this right here, you'll see we scroll our way back on up. And now, issue 4 of Encrypted is here. This is, of course, just what an average copy was like. This is its cover, where Fiona is back on the streets of New York City and covertly hired to investigate a string of vigilante murders on behalf of the mayor, only for her to find that there is a larger conspiracy involving her former bosses and their enemies living in the shadows as deeply as they do. Yes, a 24-page story like the other issues before it, and the ones that will be coming up after it. Black and white interiors with a color cover, although you may or may not be seeing the beginning of gradually introducing color elements into the stories, into the issues, little color accents, something like, what Sin City successfully did, where, gradually over time with like the Babe Wore Red and other stories, the main story there does have a lady who turns out to be a nun who we see in a red dress while everything else in the world is black and white. And then later on, there's the Yellow Bastard, and that Yellow Bastard where we see him all in yellow with the rest of the world being black and white. And also the Blue Eyes stories where we have Delilah in her blue dress and all that. And then they bring Delilah back for the last story. They did Helen back, which also leads to there being a full issue. That's all one big drug trip. That's the one Sin City issue or chapter that was done fully in color. I only just recently now came across remembering, oh yeah, wait, Sin City did do that, because before what I was thinking of or being reminded of was what I mentioned with Alan Moore's comic book Big Numbers, that was supposed to have gradually increased with more and more color work, with issue 1 being fully in black and white, and the only other published issue 2, did have a piece of color art in one panel. And the idea was gradually racking up more and more use of color until the final issue would be entirely colored. And we may or may not be doing something like that, since we already have got one more issue of my series completed and published than Alan Moore did in the whole self-publishing comics world. Well, let's see if there's something else we can do around here that baggy-eyed Bolshevik was incapable of doing. which would be a great little thing to be able to have over somebody with a very overestimated sense of himself, which is always great to have because, especially with me having so much personal experience with somebody with an overinflated sense of themselves with the same name. And of course, there's also you can get them either the ways you can get your copies. You can get a regular pre-order, an autographed pre-order, or an autographed with a sketch pre-order, which means yes, on the inside cover, I do a little sketch for all of you, whoever wants this. Alpha Proto being the most consistent in ordering issue by issue at the autographed with sketch level. And of course, there is the subscriptions out there, like I mentioned, where you've got a 1-year subscription, gets you 6 issues, and yes, that is for 60. And a 1-year subscription with autographs in each of your copies will be 90. And we'll be keeping it on that way as we move forward, all the way up until whether or not the 12th issue is the last. And well, if the 12th issue is the final issue, well, then we'll still have it out there. And the fact of being able to get a series, as far as 12 issues, considering how many people, even, those who try to get into comics the self-publishing route and wind up, becoming as much of a nobody going out of that failed venture as much as they did going in, let alone somebody like Alan Moore coming off of big stuff like Watchmen with all that time and attention to go into self-publishing and failing badly. Yeah, no wonder there's so many people that want not being able to get anything ongoing, whether through their own, financial difficulties or their inability to just get the actual comic making part of a comic book series done. Hence, crap like that, or if you ever heard of the series Hepcats. So onwards and upwards, we will go with what we've got registered with the next couple years. With, now that it's officially the start of June, we are now halfway through year 1 of Encrypted. So that means we got another 18 months ahead of us with these issues as they move. And besides that, we can now officially say here now, with this being the 7th month, so that means we now have 6 full months behind me of having been able to accomplish and achieve and produce more published comic book work independently through the internet and all that than other people in 8 years. So let's keep that going. And yes, this is the piece of the USS Missouri model kit that I still was not able to glue onto the base of it properly. We'll be getting onto there. And also there is a new model kit we will be doing coming up thanks to my mother. And also we'll be more of that of what we'll be saying with, of course, I've got my sister coming to visit in a few days. So there's a lot of, rearranging things around here that will be done before, during, and after she is here. And also with the late May and now the beginning of June in Detroit around here being a lot better weather-wise than it had been in the winter or in the spring and all of that, although we're still actually in the spring, but it's definitely better than, the Arctic blast we were dealing with, where, yeah, I should have gone out of my way to try to get more, snow-friendly tires for the bikes so that I wouldn't be so I would not have to deal with the next winter of being such a recluse. I really don't want to have to go through that kind of winter of not being able to leave my fucking home, ever, until like late May or no, late March. Sorry. Yeah, we definitely don't want that. Do not want that anywhere at all. And Spider fans in the chat, well, here's what we've got with Spider Woman right here, off of a December issue of Playboy from back in the day, featuring a little lady that started out as an actress, but then wound up finding her way into sports casting and on like Inside Edition and all of that. Well, considering her acting career peaked with one little scene of Batman Returns, where she's the lady that Danny DeVito's all sleazy with putting a little campaign button on her and perving on her and all that. Well, no, that's remember that the next time I reminded, oh yeah, that's the same lady that now her big thing afterwards is spending years being a correspondent on the same show where Bill O'Reilly had his little outburst. If you remember that, when Bill O'Reilly was on Inside Edition, and that little raw little footage of him. Let's see. Yeah, we got it right here. Let's get past this.
And Wix Harmony figured that out.
That's tomorrow. And that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but Yeah, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay.
It's the eyes. I wasn't like a big Fox News hater or anything like that, but also at the same time, I did not like that was Bill O'Reilly, just the look in his eyes. There's something about his eyes.
Ready? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do. It's a video. Sting video.
What is
for credits?
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
What did he throw? He's oh good, dude. He's gonna fight somebody. Who the fuck did this? Who the fuck did this? I got shit to do. What'd you do? You wanna fight? You wanna fight, motherfucker? All right, we'll fight. You wanna fight? Yeah, now you know. Now you know not to fuck with me. This is Inside Edition, bitch. This ain't a joke. That's right. You want to understand? Now you understand. You want to say play us out? Explain yourself. What do you mean play us out? Gotta love how they incorporated that into that very first epic rap battle of history. Well, I mean, okay. I didn't watch that channel. It came, but I mean, all right. There you go. There's a little, where we've, does that count as a part of history? I'm guessing it does. What our friend O'Reilly right there is doing. But either way, he's still got far more ratings than Bill Maher can ever lay claim to, let alone Rachel Maddow. But now I'm pretty sure that Nicole Wallace had better ratings being John McCain's personal uniparty handmaiden than she's ever had monotoning her way across MSNBC in between fake crying to pretend that she's so afraid of the Trump White House, while she then wipes away her fake tears with the checks from her friends at the Lincoln Project give her in order to anally rape her sons day in, day out, since, that's basically when the Lincoln Project is one giant fucking pedo den. Not that, those assholes will ever get what the freak couple down in Georgia did, which, well, luckily that I'd mentioned before about the gay couple down in Georgia that adopted 2 preteen boys and subjected them to prostitution and performing in CP. Well, I forgot to mention, I was reminded of it more recently today, thanks to the Officer Tatum, about how they got sentenced to 100 years in prison without the possibility of parole, and I would still say that they deserved worse. But remember, even if they could serve out their 100-year sentence and all that, through access to adrenochrome like Pelosi or Chuck Schumer, at the same time, eventually knowing what they did to little kids and what happens to people in prison who do things like that to little kids, eventually they're going to go the way of Jeffrey Dahmer. They're going to be the kind of people that it's going to be paradise to be the one like the bowl cut kid in that Scared Straight MTV special who's made to hold the guy's pocket. You remember that one, right? MTV Scared. Hold my pocket. Hold my pocket. That's right. What the fuck you took? But bikes? Bikes! Imagine that guy if you hear, what the fuck you took? The anal virginity of 10-year-old boys? The anal virginity of 10-year-old boys? Motherfucker, where's my shiv? How do you like that going in your fucking ass, yes, goddamn piece of shit? And then, he has it filmed and then has the video sent to Billy Eichner. So Billy will know what happens when that guy makes a Shawshank escape and finds out where he lives. That'd be fun. You can't do it to Harvey Milk because Harvey Milk's already fucking dead. Well, yeah, a guy like Harvey Milk, who also, when it, came forward about him having been dishonorably discharged from the Navy after forcing himself on a fellow officer, maybe now you know why there's a whole other reason why ever even entertaining the idea of naming a new Navy vessel after that piece of shit was already disgusting, modern, woke Democrat bullshit that now rightfully got corrected on account of having actual adults in charge of the White House and deciding let's change the name of a vessel so it's not named after somebody who raped a fellow Navy officer.
The next guy comes up to him and he goes, hold my pocket. Hold my pocket.
Hold on to this motherfucker.
This is just how those guys in Georgia are going to be introduced to the prison system. And remember, this was a prison, a maximum security prison, I believe, up in New Jersey. They're down in Georgia. They're down there in Atlantaville prison and all that, where, oh yeah, they're going to be wishing that all they had to do was just hold someone's pocket going through the yard instead of what that prison system has in store for them. Like what Cain Velasquez would have in store for Vito Gesualdi if he ever found out where he lived after he got out, with his sentence being done. Yes, those guys will be destroyed. Well, I actually would like it if they don't get an instant death like what happened when that one guy got alone with Jeffrey Dahmer after he finally got sentenced and put in prison after all those on-camera interviews Dahmer did. I hope those two guys in Georgia, they get worse than Dahmer, and that is not a quick, slow death, but something where, eventually it might take a while, but they die of internal bleeding from, one massive stabbing after another. Just enough to make them fucking bleed and feel a lot of pain, but not enough to, be able to kill them. You got some convicts that have been taking their time to go to the prison library and look at anatomy books so they can think of the best ways to stab a man without damaging his internal organs and killing him from multiple organ failure, anything like that, or anything that would lead to quick, bleeding out. But just the way that would, still stab the motherfucker, but not in anywhere where it's going to lead to him being dead if he doesn't get a medical attention quickly. Although the only thing with that strategy is that eventually those guys are going to wind up being thrown in solitary confinement. And then those two guys who I'd like to remind you adopted preteen boys so they could rape them and subject them to performing in CP would then be, completely separate from the rest of the prison population. Although knowing the way that, especially down in Georgia, has been subsumed under the Stacey Abrams regime of left-wing leaning parasitic Marxism, that, the fact that you had them put before a judge who wasn't a Stacey Abrams activist and gave them that 100-year sentence is, a good positive reinforcement of the idea of, maybe they won't be put in a prison system where those two sick freaks won't be separated from the rest of the prison population for their protection. So there is a chance that they're going to have to hold some motherfucking pockets before they're going to know what it's like to have in every corner of their body being used as a cutlery block.
And he makes kids walk around holding the inside of his pocket. You understand? So he walks and...
Oh, and knowing that, you probably could also show those guys this clip and thinking, oh, look at those fresh boys. And then that would be, some interesting negative reinforcement right there. Now talk about a creative spin on aversion therapy. And now see those two fuckers react to the video of these kids like that being sent to this maximum security prison. And then that's when you go and you stab them through the cheeks or something, or a knife in the hand, like what happened to Crispin Glover in Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Ooh, where's the corkscrew? I want to go and uncork some wine with that boy before I go and uncork him. Corkscrew through the hand, meat cleaver through the fucking face.
And they're like, I don't know what you know about prison, but if you're holding on to another dude's pocket, it's going to be a rough day, all right? Not only is this guy making kids hold his, he's talking ridiculous shit to middle schoolers. He's like, I'm going to make you suck my dick for breakfast.
And knowing those two sick freaks in Georgia, making somebody suck their dick for breakfast is what they had all the hands-on experience before. So now it's sort of like them getting a Tales from the Crypt style karmic payback. It's sort of like I mentioned last night about the poster tagline for for Misery, about how Paul Sheldon used to write for a living, now he writes to stay alive. You know, those two men in Georgia used to be the one that made middle schoolers suck their dick for breakfast. Now they're being the ones to being forced to suck other dudes' dicks while getting stabbed because they made little kids suck their dick for breakfast. Yes. But trust me, now, to the point where hell is going to be paradise compared to what is going to be happening to them in prison. And oh, is it going to be so amazing to be able to just not even see like footage of it happening, but would be if you did like the old-fashioned Two Girls, One Cup videos where you put footage of them getting tortured that way, and every sallow, loving, cuties defending, Democrat voting sack of shit, the reactions of them watching the footage of those guys in Georgia getting what they deserve in the Georgia prison system. I would watch every single one of those reaction videos and laugh and smile the entire time. Because the idea, running through their heads, it'll be even worse than was running through all those left-wing heads when they saw the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict of looking at that convicted child molester and that convicted woman beater that were both chasing after Kyle Rittenhouse with AR-15s, and Kyle Rittenhouse was the one to go and shoot them dead in self-defense. They all knew, looking at Matt Joseph Rosenbaum and his little buddy right there, that could have been them. In case you wonder why men like, Vito Gesualdi or my father were so personally terrified at the thought of someone like Kyle Rittenhouse being acquitted. In case you wonder why even mentioning Kyle Rittenhouse's name in front of my father got him so violently fucking angry. From the dude who constantly tried to plant shit in my head about how, oh, well, your mom was a pervert who may have been blowing you in your sleep. Nice little way in retrospect of confessing without being man enough to directly confess that you were the one blowing me in my sleep, not my mom, you sick fucking pervert. But no, I was the homo because you said so. No, you were just a sick, pathetic little man, and well, considering that you never got put through the prison system like you deserved, like those two men down in Georgia are getting, you most definitely, well, the people down in hell are going to be taking some extra time to make up for the lost time of you not really suffering like you deserved to on Earth. And that's not my opinion. I know I'm right. If you want to see the whole segment of that stand-up Tom Segura talking about this Scared Straight special, here we go.
Like a boss.
The following program contains graphic language, which may be offensive to some viewers.
I'm obsessed with the show Scared.
And also, isn't funny that we're talking about all this about what that couple in Georgia did, and it's all in reference to a show called Scared Straight. At the very least, it'll scare you into not adopting preteen boys so you can assault them and make them perform in CP. You think the USS Milk kept Twinkies in the commissary? Well, yes. Especially those that were, drug addicted and underage. And then when they got too old for Milk to find them attractive anymore, he sent them back out in the streets. And one became so depressed about it, he wound up publicly talking about how he was going to take his own life. And Harvey Milk, the great big, empathetic, sympathetic, inspiring man, that the horseshit screenwriter behind that terrible fucking Gus Van Sant movie that was only made for Sean Penn to get an easy Oscar win, pretending to cry about Harvey Milk over his Golden Globe speech, and then that douchebag screenwriter was never heard from again. Oh, well, yeah, talking about how great that guy was. And yet that same guy, Harvey Milk, was the guy who, when one of his former underage concubines was talking about publicly telling people he was going to go and take his own life, Harvey Milk said, don't make too much of a mess. And he's on fucking record of having said that. Just like how he also was on record of having been very closely personal friends with Jim Jones and was still having a friendly, happy little correspondence with Jim Jones all the way up until the Jonestown Massacre. You know, like the little Family Guy bit where it's Peter Griffin writing the letter to Dearest Augustine with the giant quill pen feather. Dearest Augustine. Dip, 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 dip. That's what Harvey Milk was doing with Jim Jones in between him sexually abusing underage boys, the way that Jim Jones sexually abused women repeatedly, and then Harvey Milk and Mayor George Moscone illegally appointed Jim Jones, the head of the San Francisco Housing Commission, as a way of giving a position of power to Jones that he could then abuse in order to avoid the criminal prosecution he deserved. Until eventually he finally went and uprooted everybody down to Guyana.
Straight. If you've never seen it, it's tremendous. Here's what they do. In the show, they take kids, middle school and high school kids that are getting in trouble a lot, and they send them to jail for a day. And the idea is that jail will scare the fuck out of the kid, and then he'll get his life together, hence Scared Straight. It's tremendous.
And I know you don't like no motherfucking niggas spitting in your motherfucking face. Ain't a motherfucking thing. You remember this motherfucker.
This bit is the one that stands out the most because this 12-year-old boy is able to have this jacked, insane black man who has a life sentence scream directly in his face, and he doesn't even flinch. This kid has nerves of steel. You know what I was saying before about, if you look back at when they went and christened the USS Harvey Milk, of course, they went and pegged out some tranny plant in the US Navy, thanks to Biden and all that. And those kind of people you damn well know are the kind of people that have a complete psychological meltdown if you so much as tweet there are only two genders on, Twitter. But then you've got this kid who's able to take this guy who is doing a life sentence, screaming directly in his face and doesn't even blink or flinch, while these people have a nervous fucking breakdown over the president giving mean tweets. And then they want to talk about how brave they are and how marginalized they are. No, you're just a narcissistic loser. You've never been marginalized in your entire life, except for you making yourself into a narcissistic loser who cannot deal with the reality, like every other sentient DEI checkbox in the world, that the world does not revolve around you and that you are ever so marginal to the point where eventually people like you wind up either going on a shooting rampage and getting taken down by the authorities, or you wind up getting exposed for all the sex crimes that you're guilty of and your ass gets thrown in jail unless you're Vosh, or you wind up taking your own life. That's what the stats really say about trainees out there, where there's the 45 of them that take their own life and the other 55 of them take everyone else's life.
I'm obsessed with one episode. It aired once in 1999. Here's what's great. It aired uncensored, which is bananas. And in this episode, they did not send the kids to jail like they normally do. Instead, they sent them to a maximum security penitentiary.
These teenagers are going to prison, just to visit this time. 12 of them have been brought here today by their probation officers and counselors. They think it's just another field trip.
And those prisoners verbally assaulted these kids into crying a lot. And it's the funniest shit I have ever seen in my life. First of all, don't feel like too bad for these kids are super badass.
There's the kids are super badass. There's the kid that had the 12-year-old boy that had that giant black dude screaming in his face and didn't bat an eye the whole time.
Super badass. They're not like spitting spitballs in class and they're fucking stabbing other kids. They're badass kids, okay? And they show up to this thing with attitude. Like they walk in, they're like, "What's up? This ain't shit. I run 6th grade. I ain't scared of you, man. Like, can't scare me."
Roll your sleeves down. Roll your sleeves down. Roll your fucking sleeves down. Roll them down. Running here, huh? Roll your sleeves down. Roll your sleeves down. Because we said. Step out the line. Step out the line. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Move it up. Let's go. Get your hands out your pockets. Get your ass up there. Let's go. Back on the bus, wise guy. Get the fuck out of here. Gonna teach you how to dance. On the bus.
And they're greeted by a guy named Crazy Chris.
They call me Crazy Chris, motherfucker. Crazy Chris, the nightmare man.
Chris has scars on his face, and the screen freezes, and it says, Chris killed 6 people, and he's doing a double life sentence. Like, this dude is so bad that when he dies and he's reincarnated, that guy's doing life in prison also. So, this is a bad motherfucker right here. The kids are like squatting around, and Chris is like, hey, my name's Crazy Chris. And from now on, you will see me.
Yes. Tony Burton ordering him to put his hand on his pocket. Get your hand on my pocket, bitch. That's right. Yes. Don't. If you remember the Rocky movies or even Assault on Precinct 13, you know that you don't fuck with Tony Burton. You just don't. Well, Tony Burton or his mustache, even old man Tony Burton, who just shows up for a scene in Rocky Balboa, or if you remember him being an extra in Hook, which should be easier for you to remember because it's easy to spot the only black man in Neverland. Wait, David Crosby standing next to Tony Burton as part of Captain Hook's crew. That's almost as strange as the mermaids that were all played by Cinemax actresses, including the one of them who wound up marrying the frontman to Quiet Riot and directed a documentary about the band.
In your nightmares. And the kids are like, what the fuck? Like, I'm 12. Don't talk to me like that, man. That's crazy. And then he goes, if I ever see you again, I'll take a bite out of each of you. And they're like, all right, we're all reformed now. Thank you very much. So,
you walk in here, watch this face. Look at this face, dude. There's somebody like me waiting. He's got a fork and a knife, and the spit is dripping down his mouth like the cartoons. We will eat you alive.
And that guy right there is also the sentient example of that Dave Chappelle bit being true about when you see a group of thugs, you'll find 1 or 2 or even 3 white friends with them. And those guys are the most dangerous people in that group because whatever they did to earn the brothers' respect is terrifying. And remember what they said, double life sentence for murder.
Jesus, but they can't leave.
That's the kind of guy where if he saw that couple in Georgia doing 100 years, he wouldn't rape them for revenge because his dick doesn't like junk food. But, since guys like that in Georgia are the kind of people that also probably would defend Sallow as a brilliant work of art, he would at least, shit on the ground and make them eat it. You like Sallow? Well, now you know what those 12-year-old kids in that movie are going to be like, being made to eat shit.
The next guy comes up.
But you're the kind of people who think that Sound of Freedom is an evil movie. You're the kind of people who saw Passion of the Christ and called it dangerous and called it an evil film. Fuck you. And you know who else agrees with me that fuck you? Jesus.
Up to him and he goes, hold my pocket. Hold my pocket.
Hold on to this motherfucker. Hold on to my motherfucker. Right, don't get killed, motherfucker. And you walk with me, motherfucker.
And he makes kids walk around holding the inside of his pocket. You understand? So he walks and then they're like, I don't know what you know about prison, but if you're holding on to another dude's pocket, it's going to be a rough day, all right?
With the quintessentially 90s kid with the bowl cut and the Bill Goldberg shirt.
Not only is this guy making kids hold his, he's talking ridiculous shit to middle schoolers. He's like, I'm going to make you suck my dick for breakfast. Every morning. The kid's like, I hate breakfast.
And you have to suck my motherfucking dick, motherfucker, when my dick get hard. You fuck motherfucker. That's the shit that go on in prison. Dump that shit too. Hold on, bitch.
Funny shit like that. So he's like, I'm gonna mush your motherfucking face. And the kid's like, so it's so fucking funny. There's one exchange where this dude, he pulls a kid out of line. The kid's like 13. He weighs, 100 pounds. And he has a bowl cut, okay? He has a bowl cut in prison. It's parted in the middle. The prisoner goes, why are you here? And the kid's like, stealing? And he goes, the fuck you took? And the kid goes, bikes? And he goes, bikes!
Why you here? Stealing. What the fuck you took? Bikes.
And that's why I yell bikes all the time.
Now that's how you do it right there. That's what we're going on with. That's what we like. That's what we do right here. So what's your name? Oh, your titties are lovely. My titties are gone. So what's your name? I'm dead. I can do stairs. I am the stair master. Now, let's go and give you all something you won't see with Smash JT or Drunk 3PO. You'll see the talent portion. So let's go in and give you all an extended look at the misunderstood and sadly unforgotten but underappreciated Sega Dreamcast game Blue Stinger. Now, this is a video all about Blue Stinger from that one channel that I showed you the Deep Fear video from, Dungeon Chill. They did that great video on Deep Fear, which was the great big underrated survival horror game from the Sega Saturn. Well, this is the great big underrated survival horror game from the Sega Dreamcast. And it's proven by beginning by showing you a clip from Nights into Dreams.
Christmas games are out there, but I always like the ones where you can't even really tell that they are Christmas games until you play them. Blue Stinger is one of those. Its events take place over the course of Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but is that really all that relevant to the game's plot? Well, was Die Hard being set on Christmas relevant to that movie's plot? Yes, absolutely. Fight me.
I don't care about the SWAT members. Where is the president's daughter? Find her to me.
But yeah, Blue Stinger takes place in the far-flung future of 2018 in an area of the Gulf of Mexico that used to be the Yucatan Peninsula. That landmass sank in a massive earthquake in the year 2000. You remember that one, right? All that's left now is a small island, which happens to be the location of the meteorite impact that wiped out the dinosaurs 65 million years ago. So they went ahead and named the place Dinosaur Island. One day, emergency sea evacuation and rescue member Elliot Ballard is on a fishing trip with his friend Tim off the coast of Dinosaur Island. Tim's making some kind of weeaboo model of a character called Nephilim when another meteor crashes and causes an explosion of blue light and forms a gigantic barrier around the island. Tim is caught in some kind of stasis, and his weeb statue comes to life. Before Elliot can reenact some kind of erotic fanfiction moment, the boat is attacked by flying monsters and destroyed. Elliot somehow survives and washes up on the outer portion of a research facility run by the biotech corporation Kimra. Dinosaur Island is now overrun with mutated creatures, but no dinosaurs, unfortunately. And Elliot forms a ragtag team of a couple of fellow survivors to uncover the truth behind what Kimra was up to on the island. Along the way, he'll make friends, discover love, litter the island with soda cans and half-eaten cheeseburgers, and play dress-up. Oh yeah, and most important of all, it's Christmas Eve. So, is Blue Stinger the best Christmas game ever? Let's find out. Blue Stinger was developed by Climax Graphics and released for the Sega Dreamcast in 1999. It was published by Sega in Japan and Activision in Europe and North America. Blue Stinger actually sold poorly in Japan, where it came out 4 months after the launch of the Dreamcast, but it was a launch title for the console in North America and Europe, helping to bolster its sales in those regions. Some would label Blue Stinger as a horror game. And sure, there are monsters and mutants and freaky-looking dog creatures, but with the abundance of weapons available, not to mention other goofy ways that you can dispatch enemies, these creatures are never really all that threatening. The setting also isn't all that scary, unless you consider the consumerist hell that is the holiday season terrifying. Then I could see you making an argument there. The original idea for Blue Stinger was thought up by developer Shinya Nishigaki, who wanted to create a game similar to the Western action films that he loved. It started out as a Saturn title, but was reworked for the Dreamcast at Sega's request. This is where the flat look of the graphics originates from. The game doesn't make use of bump mapping and some other graphical features that the Dreamcast was capable of. This is most likely because of its origins as a Saturn title, and due to the fact that the team was totally unfamiliar with the Dreamcast's hardware. But this isn't completely uncommon for teams that develop games for new consoles. Nishigaki went on to say in an interview that they probably only utilized about half of the Dreamcast's full potential when making Blue Stinger. The game does lack some finer graphical elements that later Dreamcast releases would showcase, but I think it looks fine for an early game. The graphical limitations give it a distinct look, and Nishigaki really wanted to go all out on this one, and must have had friends in high places, as he was able to bring in some Hollywood talent onto Blue Stinger's development team. First off, he got makeup artist Robert Short, who won an Academy Award for his work on Tim Burton's Beetlejuice. He designed many of the game's enemies. Another Hollywood veteran, Pete Von Schally, who worked in the art department for films such as the 1988 remake of The Blob and 1990's Darkman, was hired as camera supervisor and storyboard artist for Blue Stinger. And while I said before that the enemies aren't all that threatening, they are well designed and do have that classic 80s monster movie kind of look going. John Carpenter's The Thing was reportedly an inspiration on the mutant enemy designs. And then we also have a Hollywood camera supervisor working on the game. Let's see how that turned out.
John Carpenter's The Thing goes tropical. Well, there was that one, if you ever saw it, there was a comic book sequel, basically, that happened to the movie, where it's the survivors of the first movie now wind up on a submarine, and they go all the way down to South America with the Thing following them. RJ says, I may like this game. I remember this one very fondly from the Dreamcast era. Let's see if that'll, really get anybody else interested.
What happened here? Well, okay, so some of you may already know this, but Blue Stinger actually has a completely different camera system depending on which version you're playing. The Japanese release used a fixed camera that moves along with the action. This was a design choice by the developers, who wanted to give the game a further layer of cinematic flair. I mean, they brought on a Hollywood storyboard artist and camera supervisor for just that reason. But you see that publisher name there. It's our old friend Activision, and they refused to release the game in the West unless it had a behind-the-back camera, because they felt the way the Japanese camera worked wouldn't appeal to Western gamers. So the team at Climax were forced to create an entirely new camera system on Activision's orders. And 3D camera systems, especially during this era, were not known for their quality in many games. Add to that a group of developers who had never intended for their game to have that kind of camera system in the first place, and you end up with this. The team ended up calling it the Gero system internally, Gero being the Japanese word for puke or vomit, and yeah, it's pretty bad. And I'll show you some examples of how it actually ruins certain moments in the game as we go along, but I don't know. I played a bit of the Japanese version just to see how it differs, and I can't really decide which camera is actually worse. The Japanese one is sometimes pulled back so far from the action you feel as if you're leaving the game. Hey, where are you going? And in other instances, it swings around wildly, and I felt more nauseous using this one than the one in the Western release. But if you do like the Japanese camera better, you could just play that version. And luckily, you'd also be able to understand the story, because guess what? The voice acting remains the same between the two releases. There are some Sega veterans here too. Elliot Ballard was voiced by Ryan Drummond, old Sonic Gotta Go Fast the Hedgehog himself.
Corpses? Did you say there are a number of corpses around? Where?
While the late Dean Bristow voiced Dogs Bauer.
If you're Elliot, you must be with Tim.
Tim is
what? Dead?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know!
And he was also the voice of Dr. Robotnik, or Dr. Eggman, as he was known in the Sonic Adventure games. That's a nice Sega in-joke to have these two voice actors who play arch enemies in the Sonic games play best buds in this other game. Lonnie Manella rounds out the main cast as Janine King, and she voiced Rogue the Bat in the early 2000s.
You know, at this point, nothing surprises me anymore. My name's Janine King. Nice to meet you, Elliot.
She also acted as the voice director for Blue Stinger, but I don't know if we can place all the blame for the terrible delivery on her shoulders. As some of you pointed out in the comments of my Shadow of Memories video, when games of this time featured English voice acting only, they were most likely recorded in Japan to save money. So some of the unnatural delivery may be the result of producer input from the Japanese side, by people who don't really know what natural English sounds like. And we've got a ton of that here.
Beat him, Neffy!
Please!
Before we jump in any further, I want to give a special shout out to the Dungeon Dwellers who support this channel on Patreon and through YouTube memberships. If you'd like to join them, stick around until the end of the video to find out how. As Elliot naps on the edge of the landing, we witness a helicopter crash nearby. Then Nephilim reappears and we finally get our erotic fanfiction moment. She gives Elliot a vision of a meteor and a space dragon. Cool. Nephilim flies off and we're treated to the elegance of the reworked camera system. Fantastic. It's not long before Elliot gets a call on his radio from Janine King, part of the KISS. Yes, you heard that right. The KISS KISS security team on Dinosaur Island.
This is Janine King, KISS Dinosaur Island Security Office.
So when it comes to those acronym security teams like that were, of course, all the things that survival horror games had to put in because Resident Evil, which imitation acronym was worse, between KISS or MIST? If you remember Parasite Eve 2, they had MIST. That was what you're working for there as Aya Brea, because Parasite Eve 2 was basically re-engineered from being a science fiction horror style JRPG into a clone of Resident Evil 2. And the best they could come up with was Myst. I'm not kidding.
Currently, the island is under an emergency situation. Do you read? Dispatch D7 equipped ready. The location is...
Before Elliot can learn much else, the signal cuts out, and as he heads for the security doors, we get a quick shot of this dude lurking in the background.
You're shopping with blinders on. It's a meat gold mine over there. Premium cuts, that's premium cost. Grass-fed.
Something new in every aisle. It's an Aldi thing.
I'm the edema building up in your lower legs, and most compression socks can't even touch me. Let me show you what's...
But when Elliot turns around to check, there's no one there. Just a can of small Hassie left behind. Delicious, refreshing, small Hassie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elliot exclaims, yeah, every time he picks up an item, so get used to that. At the doors, Janine calls back requesting a rescue team, which is Elliot's job, by the way. But he says he's on vacation and unarmed, so he also needs help. Janine tells him to search the corpses nearby to find a security card. Then she gets a stomachache or something.
First, find an ID card. I'm sure there are a number of corpses around. You should be able to find one of them with an ID card. Oh.
What happened? Corpses? Did you say there are a number of corpses around? Where?
Yeah, good point, Elliot. Where are all these corpses that you speak of, Janine? Oh, there they are. Elliot is attacked by a giant monster just outside the facility, and we're rescued by one of the greatest video game characters of all time, Dogs F. Bauer. Dogs fucking Bauer.
Well, who are you?
Dogs. I'm a captain of the SS Deanna. If you're Elliot, you must be with Tim.
Tim is
what? Dead?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know? Is that Acer's answer? You know, Tim once told me he had a high-level Acer member as a friend. Where are you going? To the island?
I am still a rescuer. There are people there who need help.
What a joke. Obviously, you're going to need good help, like me. I can't let a wimp like you go alone.
Whatever.
Yeah, the game needs a few seconds to transition from story events to gameplay, I guess. So we often get these weird camera angles whenever that's happening. You'll get used to that too. Now that we've met Dogs, aka the GOAT, we can talk about the character switching mechanic. Throughout the game, you can switch between both Elliot and Dogs, and they each have different characteristics and weapons they can use. Dogs can push certain movable objects, like right here when you first get him, you can push a box to grab a keycard on the roof of this security room before heading further into this facility. This is where we get our first taste of combat, and here the characters also differ. Elliot moves faster and has some hand-to-hand attacks by default. He can also be equipped with melee weapons. As for guns, he mostly uses smaller weapons like a pistol and a shotgun. I said a shotgun. I guess no one on the development team knew what a shotgun was. Elliot also gets a couple of heavier weapons like a napalm gun and his very own bazooka. Dogs move slower, but he has heavy weapons like a railgun, my personal favorite, Gatling gun, and a super bazooka. He has a block move that he can utilize to negate physical attacks, and you can exchange his ranged weapons for t-shirts that give him different fighting styles, like karate, wrestling, and sumo. Combat is very straightforward, and when enemies die, coins fly out of their bodies. Yeah, it's weird. The coins can be used to purchase weapons, ammo, and healing items from vending machines that you'll run across throughout the island. While it is funny the first few times you see coins exploding out of dead monsters, it's a pain having to jog around in circles to collect them all. Some kind of power-up you could have bought to suck them all up, or just having one drop with different amounts of coins would have been way better. The economy also becomes extremely unbalanced as the game goes on. You're just given many of the high-level weapons that are available in vending machines, so you won't need to waste your money on them unless you want to just destroy everything early on. Around mid-game, you can max out ammo and accumulate large stocks of healing items, so any risk of challenge or tension the game may have had just goes completely out the window. Speaking of those healing items, we've already seen the cans of Hassie, but you can also get sandwiches, hot dogs, hamburgers, and meal plates. The steak plate also increases your max HP, and Dogs and Elliot don't even eat these things. They just take a bite and toss the rest behind them. I know the facility is going to hell, but do we really need all this uneaten food all over the place? As Elliot and Dogs head towards the shuttle port, a creature attacks from the water.
What the hell? Over there.
I can't believe it. Shooting from that far?
No shit.
Janine?
A woman?
Jesus, Dogs. After entering the facility, Elliot and Dogs have 2 minutes to save a worker inside a shuttle elevator that's about to drop. You don't have to save him, you can just let the shuttle fall, but if that happens, you'll miss out on the napalm gun, a powerful early game weapon for Elliot. Finally, Elliot and Dogs arrive at the control center where Janine is stationed.
Who is it?
Elliot,
What's the code?
my sweetheart.
Yeah, get used to that. They do that every time you enter this area.
I knew it. She's perfect. She's my kind of girl.
Oh, that's just my weeb angel. Don't worry about that.
I'm Elliot Balan. Thanks for helping me.
You know, at this point, nothing surprises me anymore. My name's Janine King. Nice to meet you, Elliot.
Janine King. Elliot.
Let me introduce Janine King.
Why are you introducing her? You just met her, and Dogs has been standing there the whole time. The dialogue delivery is such whiplash that it's hard to know what tone they were going for in any given line. Not to mention the camera constantly switching and swinging around for no reason.
And this hairy guy is...
His name is Dogs Bauer. He's a captain of the SS cargo Deanna.
What? You guys know each other?
No, I don't know her.
We'll find out more about what's up with that later. So anyway, Elliot doesn't think one meteor created a giant barrier and a bunch of monsters. We'll soon find out how wrong he is about that.
I researched the database of this island's lab. Amazing! This lab immediately achieved the top revenue in the bio industry. Ever since then, it keeps on moving up.
They should pay me more so I can pay off my tab at the bar.
Every time Dogs opens his mouth, it's gold.
I need an ID password of a lab employee.
Shit. I may know how.
You have an ID?
Let's go to Rat's place.
Rat's place? The bar where you ran up your unpaid bill? Why do we have to go drinking now?
Don't be ridiculous. The entire city area has been destroyed. The bar may not even exist.
There's nothing you can't get at Rat's place. That's what we say. Let's go, Elliot.
Wait! The city area is also called Lab Town. You need a pass to get inside. Use this.
Janine stays behind because of her injured leg, but with her pass, Dogs and Elliot enter Lab Town to find an employee ID so they can get more information about what's actually happening on the island. And welcome to the most maddening background music in the entire game. Blue Stinger's soundtrack was composed by Toshihiko Sahashi, who's mainly done work in anime. In fact, Blue Stinger seems to be his only video game credit. The songs are a bit too bombastic for my taste, going super hard in moments when you're just walking from place to place. Then there's this theme to the shopping district.
Really overselling just me walking around on this pier.
A generic Christmas jingle that's guaranteed to get stuck in your head and make you want to smash your speakers, especially as you get lost in this area's maze-like design. And that brings me to my biggest complaint about Blue Stinger: the level design. The team said they were striving to create environments that seemed lived in and realistic. And I guess that would be true if you lived in a maze, because that's what almost every area in the game is laid out like, with the most convoluted ways of getting around. There are maps you can download, but I found most of them almost totally useless because there's nothing marked on them, and they're sometimes broken up by individual sections of areas, so it can be difficult to get your bearings. Whenever I got lost and tried to look at one of these, it never helped. The best thing to do is just wander around and get familiar with the locations. Each area is distinct, at least. I can recall most sections of the game, but within those sections there's some reused elements that make things feel repetitive. There's no way to sugarcoat this. I really hated the exploration in Blue Stinger. These areas are so ass backwards that the quote-unquote shortcuts that you unlock don't even help you get past some of the annoying bits of level traversal. This only gets worse as the game progresses, too. The main objective in Lab Town is to find Rat's Place, a bar in one section of the city, but the streets are blocked by security gates and other debris, so Dogs and Elliot will need to pass through a freezer area to get to the other side of the city. Unfortunately, they need a key card for that door, so the only place to go is the Hello Market, a huge shopping center in the city. There, they meet the store's manager, who's in desperate need of his medication, Doxin. The vending machine nearby is sold out, and the only other one that has any in stock is on the bargain floor. But Dogs and Elliot need to collect 4 stamps on a stamp card to unlock the elevator that will take them up there. So it comes down to hunting around to find stamp machines.
Merry Christmas! And let's challenge the stamps! Happy holidays! My name is Pet Sparky! Thanks for kidding me!
You're given 42 minutes to do this before the store manager keels over, which is more than enough time. And at first, this area is kind of neat. It has a brighter Dawn of the Dead kind of vibe to it, wandering this consumer hellscape and blasting strange creatures. But it soon devolves into tedium as you get lost and suffer with this generic Christmas jingle constantly assaulting you. Collecting all the stamps and gaining access to the bargain floor also allows you to purchase some high-level weapons and ammo, along with some stronger healing items. If you've collected enough Kimra dollars to purchase any of this stuff, it really breaks the game, but it's worth it. There's also the Dachshund, and another guy here who has a key to the safe in the manager's office, which has the freezer key inside. After giving the manager his medicine, he'll cough up a storage room key where you can grab some ammo and a shotgun. A shotgun. But now that we've got the freezer key, we can finally leave this fresh hell and head into a frozen one. The freezer is a bit more straightforward, but walking around here is dangerous as it's, well, freezing. You're constantly draining this warmth bar at the bottom of the screen, and if it's fully depleted, Dogs and Elliot will start losing health. So manipulating some settings to thaw things out allows them to progress. Along the way, we have to face off against the game's first boss. In the Galarians video, I talked about how boss fights boil down to just running in circles to dodge their attacks and waiting for an opening. In Blue Stinger, you don't even need to worry about most attacks, as pretty much all the enemy bosses are large, lumbering creatures. So you just run around behind them, then stop and shoot until they turn around or get close to you, and that's it. Beyond this fight are the controls for the freezer. You have some leeway with how warm you want to make things. You can keep a level temperature, which will just thaw the ice enough to allow you to pass through the previously frozen doors and stop the environment from killing you, or you can totally thaw things out, which will unfreeze this enemy here and you'll have to deal with that. If not, it stays frozen. Dogs and Elliot head into the Digimuse Game Center and receive a Sega game token from this horrifying child in the corner named Sandy. She's scarier than most of the monsters in this game. Using the coin on the Jungle Hunter game will allow you to play, and thanks to the terrible camera, it's impossible to see what you're shooting at. Pressing the left trigger will position the camera above Elliot's head and give a sort of first-person view, which helps a bit. Shooting all the targets wins a big Gailey stuffed animal for the little girl. Merry Christmas. Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Good luck. I'll give you a Christmas present. It's Christmas Eve.
Sandy's present is her hint to the passcode for this door, which, I don't know, maybe I'm just a dumb idiot, but that wasn't very clear to me. And it took me a minute to realize that I should use 1224 as the passcode to enter the back room. Through another street and a barber shop, and we find ourselves on a pier, which has a pretty relaxed vibe visually, but it's a bit hard to appreciate with this intense music hitting us over the head. Elliot and Dogs have finally arrived at Rat's Bar. Dogs pushes the pool table out of the way, which reveals some stairs, and hey, this also looks familiar. Down in the basement, we come face to face with Rats. He just pops out of nowhere.
Thank God you're here. Ready to pay off your debt? Dang, he's alive. I was hoping you'd be dead so that I'd be debt-free.
There's a lab ID just lying around by this wine rack, and Dogs also finds a driver's license and a key to the tackle shop. The tackle shop and the fishing area beyond it hold some ammo, some fish poison, and a hot dog. Yeah! The fish poison can clear out this water area of enemies, and Elliot needs to do some swimming to get out of this place. Swimming in Blue Stinger is just about the worst swimming I've ever played in any game ever. You just have to hold forward and mash B, or don't hold any direction and mash B to surface and get air. But my god, it's excruciatingly slow and awkward. Thankfully, there aren't that many swimming sections in the game, but they're a pain whenever they pop up. This section highlights another part of the poor level design in Blue Stinger. There's no easy way to get back to the central hub that is the control room. This is where you'll need to go after every main segment of the game to push the story forward. But the areas are designed as these long, twisting hallways that just stretch off from the main area with no unique return. Good level design is usually done in circles. Areas can branch off and be complex, but they loop around on themselves. That's what creates that satisfying feeling of having completed an area and returning to a central location for your next objective. Many games utilize this design philosophy. Blue Stinger is not one of them. Its level design moves in lines outward, and then you just need to retrace your path back through those areas again. There's no satisfying conclusion to your exploration. And when it does give you a different path back from time to time, like with this swimming in Lab Town, it doesn't feel like a reward. It feels like an ordeal. My only thought is, thank God that's over. Anyway, all the way back to Janine, and the lab security ID reveals that there's no electricity running to the lab.
I guess we got...
And hello to Forever Lost right here in the chat. Nice to see you in as we're in the middle of doing this little Spider Woman.
Gotta give it up. The electric system is dead. We can't get into the host of the lab.
We have a light here.
It's coming from a different route. I'll bet you need a bigger electric system in the deep island.
What are they doing in such a place?
The lab there is called Fossil Home. Even security guards are not allowed to get in there. It's like a black box. I've never seen anything like it.
Can we get to the electric system?
I guess. We have Chris's ID.
Good. I'll go.
And hello to Relentless as well. What in the Pokemon is going on here? Well, we're in the middle of rendering this lady, which I think, well, knowing your taste, that you definitely would be enjoying me rendering this little Spider Woman right here with jugs aplenty and full hips. That I can tell for sure. As we're doing this in the days before my sister comes to town to visit again. And this will be the first time that either one of us will be visiting the other without it being the dead of winter. So that is nice. That is nice for absolutely sure. Yes.
Hey, Dogs.
What?
Stay with Janine. I kind of have a bad feeling. When it comes to bad luck, my hunches tend to be right on.
Never mind. I don't need a guardian.
She made a choice.
So now, Elliot and Dogs need to resupply power to the lab. So they head off to the power plant, and Janine has a moment.
What would
would you tell someone who knows exactly what to do but can't make themselves do it?
That gap has a name. And
what?
And also, well, Relentless, how well, taking any good plane rides lately? If you've been seeing her channel, yeah, she got herself a nice little takeoff from the Detroit Metropolitan Airport recently. So you can ask her about that on her own channel, or if you can ask her here directly about the things she gets up to on her own channel. That will be giving a little plug-in. And yeah, that little flight from Detroit to where she was going, yeah, she just got home this afternoon. I'm assuming this time, though, your trip away from Detroit was not to the hedonism resort. I'm not sure, but, you know, I think it's a safe assumption that the hedonism visits are well in the past, especially after it being confirmed that Nick Rekieta has been there. Yeah, once you've been to a place where, you know, where Nick Rekieta has gone, that takes away all the entertainment value. Yes, she's a wild one. And Forever Relentless confirms Savannah, Georgia. Okay, so it was down to Savannah. Now we know. Now we know. It's the wild one indeed. They say I'm a real wild one, wild one, wild one. I'm the real wild one, wild one. Oh. And yes, I've got extended family in Georgia, and they would agree about the humidity. They would definitely agree about the humidity.
What a bitch.
I did not edit that in any way. That is the exact sequence of cutscenes as they occur in-game. I think now's a good time to break for spoilers. So if you want...
Yes, she has run wild like Black Betty forever. I'm sure she could relate to the type of Latinas out there, the type of Latinas that could punch a man in the face and then go in to make out with him. The type of Latina woman that will come storming towards her man in public, punch him in the mouth, and then throw him to the ground and take him for wild sex in public. You know, like what Rosie Perez does. Like Rosie Perez, when she finds the type of man who actually will go and take care of her kids. When she finds the Mookie that's going to take care of her kids. That's right. What do you mean? When are you going to take care of your kids? Like this. Exactly like this.
Turn that down. We don't have any batteries. Excuse me. Mookie, when are you going to take care of your kids, all right? It's not Mookie, right? When are you going to take care of your kids, all right?
Yes, that's how wild she is. Yes, I need your keys, your sunglasses, and your motorcycle. And hello to Nick in the chat right here as we're in the middle of Spider-Woman at this moment. But now with the Mookie going in there, the Mookie like this. Everyone say hello.
It's not Mookie, right? It's Spike, all right? Turn the radio down. What do you want? Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. How come there's no white people on the wall, man?
Now let's get back to the best Christmas game ever made on the Dreamcast.
Want to experience Blue Stinger's story for yourself, skip to this time. If not, let's keep going. The power plant area is a bit less confusing than the market district, but no less annoying. There are these floating security bots that shoot lasers at you. I tried shooting them down, but you don't have any manual aiming, and I couldn't get a lock on with the automatic targeting. Even running past them using Elliot, who moves faster, it's easy to get clipped by the lasers. especially when there are several of them floating near the paths you need to take to move forward. There are also catwalks and narrow passages in this area. You can fall off of them, and the game gives you items called life hooks to catch you when you fall. But honestly, I forgot about them and didn't even get any footage of using them because I never fell, nor ever felt like I was at any risk of falling throughout this entire section. So you'll need to navigate these outdoor sections and short passageways, fight a giant crab that's using a car as a shell, that's kind of clever, and eventually make your way to this fuel tank.
So here's this giant enemy crab with a Jeep on top of it. I don't know where the hell that came from, but there it is. Yeah, you might want to ask who came up with it, why you do this for maximum damage.
There's a large chasm that's been created by the meteorite impact, so Elliot and Dogs figure the only way to get across is to blow the fuel tank and launch themselves to the other side. Now, because I hadn't used the life hooks for anything, I thought they would somehow use them in a story-based way to safely traverse the chasm. But no, they blow the tank and just jump. Now let's go back and check this.
If you don't know what I'm talking about the crab, here it is.
Oh, hey, Charles. Yeah. What are you wearing? Coach, Soho sneakers. Where you headed? Can we come with? I'm actually running a little late. Is it shoes first or is it finishing touch? Finishing touch. Whoa, you got a lot of sneakers there.
That's what I like, Soho sneakers.
Genji 2 is an action game which is based on Japanese history. The stages of the game will also be based on famous battles which actually took place in ancient Japan. So here's this giant enemy crab.
Octodad Dadliest Catch will stagger awkwardly on the PlayStation 4. Now, although historically accurate, this game does not contain giant enemy crabs.
Exactly like that.
This bit out frame by frame. Elliot lands straight-legged right on his fucking ankles, which probably should have shattered every bone in his lower body, or launched his femurs out through his shoulders. After that, he bounces and doesn't even do a tactical roll. He just dead-ass lands on his ankle again and rolls. But he's all right. Nice camera angle. So a few more passageways and the boys have made it to the power plant. They need to turn the power back on by repairing damaged electrical cables inside circuit rooms. You get clues for which rooms to check from the main computer. And look at Dogs cheering on Elliot as he cranks open this door. Once all the circuits are repaired, the power still doesn't come back, and they discover a bunch of power-sapping bugs that need to be taken out so the electricity can reach maximum output. The camera makes this bit more difficult than it needs to be, but the pseudo-first-person trigger helps some. Once all that's taken care of, the boys can finally return to the control center. And you know what that means, walking all the way back there. The way back is slightly different because we launched ourselves over the chasm on the way here, but again, no looping level design. There's also another crab monster with a Jeep on its back. It's fought in a tighter area than the one before, but is otherwise exactly the same fight. We do get a Jeep key from it. Just before getting back, we get another erotic fanfiction moment involving Nephilim and Janine.
Nephi? Yes?
Elliot and Dogs return and Nephilim flies off somewhere.
You did this? I guess she's not on our side after all.
I'm fine. Nephilim is not an enemy. I can see now what she's trying to tell us, but... Well, it's a vision. Hard to describe in words. She's not human.
I think that's obvious.
Yeah, that was my first reaction too, Dogs. Janine thinks Nephilim's body and soul are detached, and it's just Nephilim's soul floating around right now. And if that's the case, where's the body? Now that the power's back on, Janine can see more of the facility, and there's a strange blue light deep within the research lab that Janine can't identify.
Merry Christmas!
Here's another arbitrary reminder that this is a Christmas game.
It's now the 25th.
Oh, this is the worst Christmas I ever had.
I feel you, Dogs.
Damn, it's my payday.
Did you miss a date tonight?
No way. Let's go.
To the bank?
No, to the place where the blue light's at.
Is this supposed to be a conversation? There were a bunch of words spoken, but what the hell is anyone actually saying? Anyway, hop in the Jeep, and no, we don't get to drive it, unfortunately. It's just a cutscene. Inside the research lab, Elliot and Dogs need to change into clean suits to get past the bacteria check.
I can't fit into a size M.
Unfortunately, dogs can't fit into his suit. Elliot finds a lounge key in his pocket, and in the corner of the lounge, neatly folded up, is a Santa suit.
This Santa's outfit is size LL.
Hey, what are you suggesting?
It's perfect for you.
I guess I have no choice.
It suits you.
When you have a kid, I'll visit you from the chimney.
What? Changing into clean suits isn't enough, though. It's time for a bath.
Look at that. It's a bathtub. Ooh.
What do you mean, cool?
What?
It's the smell which burns out.
What are you saying?
Really?
Sorry, I can't hear you over the poorly balanced.
It's so terribly balanced audio-wise. It just sounds like somebody's peeing right behind you. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Audio.
I'm gonna take a bath. Nothing's gonna stop me.
What you'll do if the monster attacks you while you're butt naked?
I'll fight back, butt naked. Stop whining. Jump the top.
So then Dogs and Elliot take a bath together.
Taking a bath. Battle. That's cool.
Well, I guess.
Hey, you were macho than I thought. Shut up.
Now that Dogs and Elliot are all cleaned up, they head into the lab. Dog smells something weird in the protein storage area and says he needs to go check the smell. This is confusing because you actually need to switch to Elliot to investigate the protein warehouse. Dogs won't enter. So after some faffing about, I got switched over to Elliot, and a gigantic gelatinous blob packed with protein drops down from the ceiling at the back of the warehouse. Elliot's got himself a skin flare-up from swallowing the protein-packed monster goo. Christ. So we need to find an antidote. Trying to take the elevator down to the lower floors of the lab results in it locking because of Elliot's contamination. So the two need to meet with one of the scientists who's still alive in the lab.
What happened to your face?
What happened to your face? The scientist has to look for Dr. Jacob, who may be able to cure Elliot's condition. Dogs tells Elliot to stay put, but that doesn't matter because he doesn't, and you can still swap back and forth between the two.
What?
I feel sick.
What's wrong?
I swallowed monster.
Do you have a concussion, Dogs? We've been through this already.
I feel sick. I think I swallowed some of the monster vomit.
Oh, that's not good. Elliot, you look sick.
I don't know why, but there are several conversations in the game where the characters will just repeat what they're doing. I guess this helps if you step away for an extended period of time and then try to jump back in. But as someone who played through this over the course of 2 days, it was just baffling that they kept doing this. Elliot's going through some changes. Unfortunately,
And hello. Everybody say hello. Why do these sound like they are having the shits? Well, that might be another one of those things of bad English voice acting from a Japanese-produced game, where it's simply a matter of the Japanese developers don't know what to do with the voice acting. And they are not being native English speakers. They wind up directing the English-speaking voice actors in a way that makes everything sound ridiculous and stilted. It's like the voice acting equivalent of the actors in our friend Troll 2.
Elliot has the dinocyte vector in his blood, and the emergency locks are engaged in this elevator room. Fortunately, Elliot has developed some new abilities with his transformation, specifically climbing pipes. And the controls are just awful. They're reversed, and the camera really does no favors. Collecting some frozen blood and thawing it out somehow fakes out the elevator's security system and allows access to the B2 level of the labs. We also meet this doggo in confinement who's scared of Elliot. Poor little guy. Dr. Jacob turns out to be a lost cause, so Dogs puts him out of his misery, and Elliot goes through another transformation.
Oh! If you change again, I'll kill you.
We then find out Elliot has only 30 minutes left to live. This can be extended by breaking test containers of a chemical on the floor above and having Elliot take a dip. Navigating through a mine section and taking out a giant blob boss grants us a key to a lab where Elliot finds a cure for his condition.
Are you all right? I'm fine now. I'm okay.
Oh, man. I thought I'd have to kill you.
Not today, dogs. Not today. Now we can check back in with the doggo, and since Elliot is back to normal, the dog likes him, and Elliot finds a key card in its collar. Back near the beginning of the lab area, Elliot and Dogs Bauer, not the dog we just saw, use that card to enter the clone room.
What in the hell is this?
I guess this is the research Chimera Tech has been engaged in.
On the other side of this room is a long descending corridor filled with enemies, and man, was this really necessary? Dog's railgun helps a lot here. At the bottom, there's only a security terminal with a simulation of the meteor strike. And that's it. Dogs and Elliot learned that whatever struck the island is stuck at shutter number 5 out of 7, and there's something else, much bigger, down in the core of the island. Elliot deduces that the meteor is the source of the blue light, which, well, you know, yeah. And he also immediately figures out that the meteor is Nephilim's body.
What's the purpose?
Oh, it's obvious. There's something underneath there. The meteor wants to get right through it. The disc we found might tell us something. Hey, we should have Janine check this out.
Also, Nephilim shows up for a second. See ya. Wait, so that's it? We just watched a simulation of something we already knew had happened, and now we just have to go back? Well, surely there's a shortcut or something. No, there isn't. And you have to climb the ladders now. On the way here, you could just jump down. Why? This whole part was pointless. Through the research lab, and the two change back into their normal clothes. Where the hell did you get that tactical vest, Elliot? Once out of the building, oh, of course we can't just drive the Jeep back either. We have to just hoof it. On the run road leading back to the power plant, we also need to navigate this broken roadway with narrow pipes. This isn't an interesting challenge. It's not even challenging at all. It's just boring padding. Just give me an actual shortcut and make me feel rewarded for having accomplished part of the story. Finally, Elliot and Dogs make it back to Janine, and we have to watch the goddamn simulation again. Why did we have to do any of this in the first place? Oh god, I'm losing my chill. Ugh. Thanks to Dr. Jacob's disc, the team finds out that the space dragon is actually a creature named Jaskany, and it's contained in a giant egg underneath the island. So the meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs was actually a space dragon egg.
Remember the big earthquake in 2000? 18 years ago?
Remember that this game is set in the future?
Yes, this is the cause. It began to hatch.
If the public finds out about this, the world will erupt into chaos.
Don't they have a fail-safe plan?
Good thinking, tough guy. Kimura Tech did set up a plan.
What is it?
An orbiting laser-guided missile-launching satellite. The target is locked onto the center of Dinosaur Island in case of an outbreak.
That's impressive.
Remember, Nephilim crashed into the satellite.
There goes the fail-safe plan.
Nephi.
God damn it, Nephi. So Janine's big plan, instead of using an orbital satellite weapon, is to shoot it with a rifle. No shit. So Elliot and Dogs head to the residential area to collect Janine's rifle, which involves some shenanigans with the key card that opens the door to her apartment. It's been reprogrammed by her neighbors, so she'll be forced to attend their shitty Christmas party. After navigating through the residences, Elliot and Dogs get into Janine's apartment and grab the rifle. We also make an important discovery concerning Dogs and Janine's relationship.
Hey, what's this?
None of your business.
But this lady holding a baby, she's an Easter shooting instructor.
Jean King, my ex-wife.
Then the baby is?
Janine, my daughter.
No, you're kidding. Wow, the plot thickens. Why did you get a divorce?
How about it's none of your fucking business, Elliot? So Dog's wife passed away while Janine was still young, and Elliot has all the emotional maturity of a sledgehammer.
I really feel for Janine.
Look, kid, keep your hands off that girl.
Don't try to run my life, Dogs.
What do you say?
Let's go. Janine's waiting.
Kid, I will fucking Macho Man slam you into next week.
Oh, yeah!
When you buy a used book from Thrift Books, You're not just saving money.
Now that we've collected the sniper rifle, it's time to head back to Janine. This isn't a long trip back, for once. Back at the control room, Nephilim ain't looking too hot. But it gives a chance for Janine and Dogs to have a bit of a belated reunion.
Janine.
Dad.
Oh god, the camera. Janine explains her master plan. They need to head to the top of the wave tower and shoot a hydraulic pump with her rifle. Destroying the pump will open the remaining shutter doors, allowing the Nephilim meteor to fall onto the space dragon egg, hopefully destroying it. So the three of them head out to the wave tower, and they need to go through the tidal power water pump. A water pipe, basically. So you know what that means. More swimming. Actually, Dogs and Janine take a vehicle here.
The capsule on board only holds 2.
Then you two get in.
Why?
What a whiny reaction. I don't want to go with my dad. So Elliot insists Dogs and Janine take the vehicle while he follows.
Like I said, painful to listen to. I mean, I'm guessing because they all wanted to cash in on Resident Evil, and Resident Evil had that terrible voice acting. Now I wonder if Resident Evil had good voice acting, if these other survival horror games would have had a better, or tried to have had better voice acting. I wonder. Let's see if we can find a good clip of that. There we go.
Rebecca, what are you doing in this place?
Chris's blood. What is it? What is it?
What is this all about? I can't figure it out at all.
Here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you. That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich. Don't scare me.
That's what I was going to say.
But just take a look at this. It's Forrest. Oh my God.
It's awful.
I'm going to find out what caused Forrest's death. It looks like he was killed by a crow or something. Whoa. This hall is dangerous. There must be a back door somewhere. Let's try to find it first, shall we? Just a moment. I found something.
What is it?
It's a weapon. It's really powerful, especially against living things.
Hey, what is this?
This house is dangerous. There are terrible demons. Ouch!
You're wounded. What kind of demon attacked you?
It was a huge snake and also poisonous. Ugh.
I told you, don't worry. I'll just go and get some fresh air and be eaten by a monster.
You saved me.
Yeah,
That was close. Thanks, Barry.
don't mention it. What a monster.
It sounds like at times they are improvising lines. Yes, improvising lines badly, I might add. This full of monsters. Ouch. Oh, ouch. E.T. would have done better voice acting than this.
I can't believe. What the hell is this place anyway?
That's what I was going to say.
Now, there are a lot of rooms in that mansion that we can't get into because they're locked up. I have been looking around for clues.
Okay, I'll go to the other house and see if I can find any clues.
Will you do that? I'm counting on you.
Can't see very well.
How about going down to check by yourself? I have a rope here.
Oh, do you? Well, then I'll try to go down using the rope.
Jill, you're here too.
Yes, you're here too? How come both Umbrella and you can intimidate him by taking his family as hostages?
Umbrella? Well, I intimidated him, but it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used him for my personal purposes.
Do you think we could see Tyrant now?
Barry, you're so optimistic.
This is really beautiful. All this power will be mine.
For the sake of an awful creature?
Don't be upset. All weak people exist to be eaten. Don't come this way! No!
Hi, Jill. It's you.
Barry?
I'm really embarrassed to see you now. Just leave me. Go quickly.
It's over, Barry. Wesker's dead.
Is that so? Jill, will you do me a favor? This is my last wish. Please give this photo to my family.
My God!
Oh no, you must be kidding! After we've come all the way here!
Ladies first. Go first, Jill.
But Chris!
Give me a chance to play nice guy.
Your wife?
Yeah. My wife and kids, they always wait up for me. Even today, eldest daughter. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about that. I know he must still be alive.
Barry! Where's Barry?
Well, I'm sorry, but he's probably...
No. What is that?
I'll go and check. Whoa! What is it?
What? Oh! Oh no!
Are you the only person here from the Bravo team?
Well, because the helicopter made a forced landing, I just ran into this house anyway, but
I see. There's nothing else you could have done anyway. It's good you're here.
It's me, Chris.
Is that you, Rebecca? Can you play? Wait.
You don't recognize the only other woman you've seen tonight besides the warrior sex goddess that is Jill Valentine? I mean, but Jill and Claire in the second game are both the hardcore warrior bitch sex goddesses I've always dreamed of.
What is that? See? Just relax and play. Rebecca!
I know, but just a little longer. Chris! Chris! You like it?
Oh, that was great.
What is that?
It's a monster.
Richard!
No!
Richard!
Rebecca! Be careful!
Richard! Richard! Are you...
Yeah, so much for him. We got to the root of the problem.
I can treat you, except for your major injury. Would you like me to?
Yes, please do something for me, temporarily.
Chris, you're alive.
My words exactly. Where's Jill? Aren't you with Jill?
I'm sorry. We were attacked by a strange monster. I lost track of her while we were scouting around. I hope she's okay.
I see. Well, it's not your fault. This place is crazy. If we stay here, all of us will end up dead. What should we do, Wesker? Rebecca!
Chris!
Thank God you're safe.
I'm sorry that you were worried about me.
We are in great danger. We must organize a search for the others and get the hell out of here. Understood?
Yes, sir!
Okay, I'll go first. Proceed with your own judgment. All right? Can you do it?
Yes, I can!
Good luck. Enrico!
Yes, I am Enrico. Suave. That would sound far better than what Enrico actually says in the game.
Don't come any closer, Chris.
Wait, what happened?
Double crosser!
Don't! Hell.
Umbrella.
Who is it? Is someone there?
Chris, as my subordinate, you have wonderful talent.
I would never work for a company like Umbrella. And Wesker, you were formerly with Umbrella.
What do you mean?
Since when have you been an Umbrella agent? And a traitor to the stars?
Now you're wrong.
Some guys drown while other guys die of thirst. A man like Enrico, well, he drowns in the pussy because he is Enrico Suave. And then sometimes he gets the Latina pussy and she just winds up stabbing him in the middle of an orgasm. Because like we see with Rosie, she gets a little wild and crazy. No. And I bet Forever has some personal experience with those type of Latinas that will punch you in the face one moment and then be violently making out with you in the other.
Would you like to see it? Come with me. I'm sorry for my lack of manners, but I'm not used to escorting men.
Is this?
That's right. This is the ultimate life form. Tyrant. Chris? Stop it.
Wesker, you're pitiful. This is your savior? You say this failure is your savior? You can't kill me.
Look at those monsters! I'll hold back the monsters!
Okay, I trust you.
Trust me!
Are you tired, Rebecca?
Sorry, Chris. I am.
You did a really good job. This case was just too weird. This case was...
Yes, fascinating, isn't it? So, hearing all of that, now you know if our friend, why Blue Stinger, it's voice acting, you'll never complain about it again. Yeah, RJ, asking a man if he wants to see it, well, Wesker does come off like a pervert. Yeah, dude, that is for sure the truth with some of them, referring to Latinas, being the type of bipolar sex maniacs that will punch you in the face one moment and then need to drain you of all fluid in the other moment. Why don't you ever do that with me? Ahora tan colo que te Muso de conocerlo de eso bueno. Oso me lese duca chico de Magalita. And well, with speaking of terrible voice acting, here's a little Metal Gear Solid fun. Come on, don't act like Solid Snake doesn't sound like a ridiculous impersonation of Wolverine from the X-Men cartoon.
Genspark is the all-in-one workspace. We are a very small startup, so...
Colonel, what's going on? Are you there?
Thanks for calling support. This is Chris. How can I help you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can.
I need your help. My first-person view mode isn't working right.
What are you talking about?
What am I supposed to do?
Are you talking about your computer?
Yes.
What kind of warning alert you can see?
I don't know.
It seems that somehow you have clicked on an unusual advertisement and your inbuilt security system is giving you the warning that something is going wrong with your identity. Yeah?
Okay.
Now, that is the reason it has locked up your computer for some temporary period of time. Now, in order to get rid of this, we need to connect you with Microsoft Server. And then we will go ahead and will analyze, will diagnose the threat. According to threat, we will work accordingly. All right?
Otacon, I need your help. Do not redeem! No, do not redeem! Do not redeem what, Otacon? I thought you liked Japanese animes. Why are you suddenly sounding like you're from Bollywood? I need to know. I'm a man, you know that, Otacon. I go pee-pee, standing up.
About the satellite data.
Which data?
But what I want to know is, what was the real purpose of this military exercise?
Just to hack you, to compromise your identity, to get into your online banking.
What?
Yeah, and to use your identity to place a credit card under your name, to apply the loan under your name.
Those bastards.
Do you understand now?
Yes.
I want you to take a look on your keyboard.
Okay.
At the bottom left, you will find the CTRL. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And then you have to press Windows key. Windows keys has the 4 square box on it, or 4 flags on it.
This is the way to get to where Metal Gear is being stored?
I want you to press that key as well and hold it down.
But what about the PAL system that the DARPA chief mentioned?
Can you come again, sir? Can you come again? Can you tell me this once again?
Is it possible to destroy the PAL system so that the missile can be fired even without inserting the detonation code?
No, sir, that is not possible. Even if you shut down your computer completely from the main source, and when you turn it on, you will have the same problem again.
Are you sure? Because I don't have this problem whenever I call Otacon about this situation.
Is that so?
Yeah, so this is something like that. They have installed one virus into your computer, and it cannot be removed by yourself. It can only and only be removed by the Microsoft. Okay?
Okay.
From us.
Does the White House know about this? How deep does it go?
You want to waste my time? This is why you want to talk to me?
Are you a hacker?
Yes. I am the hacker. How do you know?
What the hell? You double-crossed me.
Yeah, I'm double-crossing you. It seems that someone is inserting in your ass.
Wow, you know all sorts of great quotes, don't you?
Is this the way it always works when I try to stop Metal Gear without the help of fighting a Hind helicopter? I just pooped a little. Giggity, giggity, giggity goo. We now return to How Solid Snake Stole Christmas.
Is behind. Well, don't get in like that. They couldn't have designed seats for this thing. It looks ridiculous. Away they go. Actually, this water pipe segment isn't too bad because there are places to walk on the sides of the pipe. You don't have to swim through the entire thing. That would have been miserable. After arriving at the wave tower, Elliot gets a call from Janine telling him that she and Dogs are stuck in the elevator, and Elliot makes the long climb up the wave tower, along the way getting a nice view of the crater where Nephilim's meteor crashed. At the top, Elliot restarts the elevator.
Good.
Yes, Elliot, you did good. While Janine sets up her rifle, Dogs and Elliot need to fend off a couple of indestructible mutants that try to stop her. And you can actually catch a glimpse of these two just chilling in this container before they burst out. This is the easiest part of the whole game. Just position Dogs or Elliot right here on the path leading to Janine and just alternate left and right and fire every few seconds. You have to fend them off for 3 minutes and 45 seconds. I use Dogs because his railgun knocks the enemies back after every shot. And yeah, this is it for over 3.5 minutes. Thrilling. When the timer's up, Dogs and Elliot just toss the monsters off the side of the tower. Maybe should have just done that in the first place. And Janine fires, destroying the hydraulic pump, opening the shutters, and letting the meteorite fall. The space dragon and Nephilim fight. Elliot, Janine, and dogs try to run.
Beat him, Neffy!
Please!
Janine, we're all at most at like an 8, and you're at an 11. Tone it down. Turns out Nephilim didn't beat Jasconi, so now Dogs and Elliot need to fight. And here's another spot where the camera ruins the moment. The dragon breathes fire, and you can sort of get out of the way by staying to the sides, but if you do that, you can't see the boss. So I've got about 2 minutes of footage of just this.
That hoodie looks like it's made for fucking idiots. For fucking idiots that take the modern art scene a little too damn seriously. The type of shit that even my sister would go and make fun of course, after the gallery showing.
Luckily, about halfway through the fight, Jascony sinks into the ground, and then we can at least get a better view for the ending.
It looks like it has a Triceratops head.
The space dragon explodes, and another blue light encompasses the island, breaking up the barrier and revealing Nephilim.
It's over.
Nephilim.
And hey, his buddy's okay.
Hey, Tim's still alive. I totally forgot about that guy. And with her work complete, Nephilim leaves. And that's the end. I think they missed an opportunity to have some kind of overly sentimental dialogue between the three leads, with Dogs reluctantly accepting Elliot into the family. That would have been the true Hollywood ending. Instead, we get a post-credit scene where Nephilim turns back into a meteor-like thing with some ominous music. It's then revealed that there are a large number of these.
Yes. Now you see where all the money went into the making of this game. Although, as you've seen from this game, they do actually have, things like gameplay and player agency, as opposed to the overrated Metal Gear Solid franchise that seems to actively resent that they're supposed to be making a video game. And you've got Hideo Kojima, who pretty much develops all his games with the idea of, I'd rather be making movies. The same development philosophy that Mixtape was using.
Things just floating out in space. Wishful thinking. Blue Stinger's characters and dialogue are the best part of the game. All the lines are suitably goofy and awkwardly delivered, but the characters are likable, especially Dogs. He's just the best. The story itself doesn't really go anywhere. It's very straightforward and does the job of just shuffling you from one gameplay objective to the next, but nothing about the biotech company is really explored. They were doing some experiments. okay, whatever. And there aren't really any twists to speak of. And while the combat can be fun with all the weapons and other zany ways to take out enemies, it lacks challenge because of the money mechanic, where you can just max out on ammo and stockpile healing items. The level design is also really bad. It's neat at first to wander the island and see these places that used to be functional areas where the researchers and workers used to live and shop and go about their lives, and there's some coziness if you stop to look. But the fact that almost every area is laid out like a maze, and the overall design boils down to just a straight line traveling away from the central hub that you'll need to return.
And the weird thing of this might be one of those things that was a technical limit that the developers didn't understand, because earlier this guy talked about how the developers didn't really know the full and didn't really use the full technical skills that you could pull off with the Dreamcast technology. So that's why when they're in this grocery store segments, all the racks like this, it looks like it's just a picture. It looks like they just framed up a picture of the food items that are supposed to be there, but there's no actual food there. It's like going through a North Korean or Venezuelan grocery store.
Turn to without any satisfying shortcuts or ways of looping back on itself is honestly infuriating. It almost made me lose my chill with how maddening its pacing was and how pointless some of its objectives were. The camera also doesn't do the game any favors, no matter which version you play. My favorite part of a game is exploration. If the game is fun to explore, that can make up for other aspects that aren't so great, or are even flat out bad. For me anyway. But Blue Stinger is not fun to explore. Some people consider it an underrated classic, but I think it's rated just right. It's very mid, and unfortunately its goofy cast and sometimes entertainingly over-the-top combat isn't enough to save it from itself. But beyond all that, the question I posed at the beginning of this video was, is Blue Stinger the best Christmas game ever? And the answer is no, not by a long shot. I guess we'll try again next year.
Oh, this is the worst Christmas I ever had.
And that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button.
But now let's get back to Otacon. He's making a phone call.
Thank you for calling support. How may I assist you?
I'm in the computer room right now.
So how may I help you? What can I do for you?
I can't find the data anywhere on this network.
Data? What kind of data are you looking for?
You'd think the data as important as that would be carefully recorded.
Data for what? Like what data do you need?
I accessed the confidential Metal Gear file.
You said you cannot find the data?
Yeah.
Okay, this is your home computer or office computer?
Yes.
Is this your home computer or is it your office computer?
Listen to me. I found Baker's top secret files.
Sorry?
This thing could mean the end of the world.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so how can I help you? What can I do for you?
I'm in the computer room right now. I'm trying to access Baker's private files.
Private files of yours or private files of someone else?
Colonel Campbell.
I'm sorry? Do you know this is a paid service? You have to pay charges. Do you know this?
Yes.
Okay.
What should I do?
How much can you afford?
What is it?
You have to pay $3,000.
No!
No what? This is a technical service, so you have to pay $3,000.
You better get started. We don't have much time.
No, I said you have to pay the charges, $3,000. Are you getting me?
Okay. I'll be there right away.
Where?
Where are you now?
No, you do not need to be here. I'm just asking to you. You have to pay $3,000.
Okay.
But can you tell me what's the problem you are having?
I can't find the data anywhere on this network.
What's your name?
I know who I am.
Yeah, what's your name? I need your name, sir.
It's me, Campbell.
But you told me your name, John, at the very beginning.
What are you talking about?
So, you need to write down my name and my extension number. You have to make the payment in order to get your issue resolved, okay?
Of course.
So you can go to the store and get the Google Play card from the store of $3,000. Okay, you have to submit the amount. After that, the technician will help you, sir. Okay?
Did you use the ketchup?
Yes.
You'll just have to
So
wait.
what can I do? What can I do for you?
It's strange. There's no problem with the motor, and the power is on.
But sir, there's a problem that I'm not able to help you. So you should understand this, because I'm not the one who you are looking for. I'm not the technician. I'm the customer service department. I'm from the customer service team. And if you want to get to resolve any issues, for that I need to transfer this call to the technical team who will work into your case and they will fix your issues. Okay?
Did you use the ketchup?
So you need to do one thing, just go to your bed and have some sleep, okay? I think you are drunk and you're trying to make fun of the call, so please don't entertain this call.
No.
Okay, I'm done here because I'm just wasting my time with you. Okay, I don't think so. You need any help, so you just go to your bed and have some sleep. Okay?
Isn't there somewhere only a woman can go?
Up, तेरी बात जो कल तेरी बात
It's really weird. I wonder what it could mean. Oh.
Oh, wait. But now what's your name? I know who I am. How about we try to do a little Master Chief? Cortana? I said, shut up, Cortana.
This professional 32 TW SSD.
Shut up, Cortana.
Won't find at Best Buy or any electronics retailer, even if you were willing to drop.
Thank you for calling Insurance Agency. Your call may be recorded for quality purposes.
Cortana?
Just tell me in your own words the reason for your call.
The flood.
You're calling about flood coverage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And this voice actor sounds like he's doing Solid Snake. It didn't occur to me until just now about how, yeah, the Master Chief voice actor does sound similar to the Master Chief's voice sounds similar to Solid Snake, but more restrained.
I'll get you connected with an insurance expert.
Flood, how can I help you?
Yes. I need info.
On what?
How do we destroy the flood?
I'm sorry?
The flood is spreading.
Okay. Let me get you over with one of our agents. Do you have a current policy with us?
No.
Are you looking for like an estimate on a new flood quote
No.
then?
Yes.
All right, bear with me just a moment. Let me see if I can get you on over there.
Affirmative.
How can I help you?
Yes, sir. I need info.
Okay, what is this regarding?
The flood.
Which flood? I'm sorry.
The flood is spreading.
Okay, are you the owner of the property?
No. Captain Keys.
Captain Keys?
Yes.
What is your direct phone number?
We don't have time. If we activate Halo's defenses, we can wipe them out.
Are you calling the right company?
Yes. Activate Halo's defenses and destroy the flood, which is why we brought the index to the control center.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. If you're looking to schedule for water damage, I can schedule you in. Otherwise, I don't know what you're talking about.
Send me your coordinates.
No, I'm not sending you my coordinates.
I'll see what I can do about clearing an evac route on my way to you.
How can I help you?
Yes, sir. The flood is spreading.
How many areas do you have affected?
I'll handle them. You just find us that control node.
Okay, I understand. But in order to know how much equipment to take, I need to know how much areas are affected.
I got to know. If I don't know, then I can blame them affected. And then I'll make Juanita sad. You don't know what it's like having Juanita be angry at you. Sometimes Juanita just comes to me and punches me in the nose. Then she throws me to the ground, rips my pants off, and forcibly has her way with me. It is scary.
So, what sort of weapon is it?
It's tools. Who is this? Excuse me, what's your name?
Master Chief. Send me your coordinates.
Master Chief.
Yes.
Okay, how many areas affected?
I'll get to them and retrieve the designator.
Okay, ready to fire.
No. Too risky. Sit tight, Marine. We'll get you out of here.
Very well.
Hello. Thank you for calling Flip. My name is Robert. How may I help you?
Do you copy?
I do.
The flood is spreading. If we activate Halo's defenses, we can wipe them out.
Good to
What
know
do you
you.
need? Sir. What is it?
Have a good one.
I'm guessing that guy was able. That dude has played Halo, so he was able to figure out that it was somebody pulling a prank with the Halo voice acting.
How may I help you?
Ma'am. Yes,
May I have your name, please?
Master Chief.
Okay, and Mr. Chief?
Affirmative.
Okay, and Mr. Chief, may I have your phone number, including the area code, please?
We don't have time.
Hello?
This is Pat. I'm going to
This
help
is Sierra
you.
117 of the UNSC forward unto dawn. Do you copy? I need info.
What is this 0117? What are you talking about?
The flood is spreading.
You know what? I don't call back, please.
We don't have time.
Hello?
You know, I'm waiting for one of these days a call like this is going to happen, and then somebody that's getting called with this prank is going to wind up calling the police on them.
This is Sierra 117 of the UNSC forward unto dawn. Do you copy?
Yes, I do.
The flood is spreading.
Okay.
How much firepower would you need?
How about, do you have any 1-inch PVC pipe?
Affirmative.
You do. Okay, I'll take $500,000 of that. How soon can you get it to me?
We don't have time. The flood is spreading. If we activate Halo's defenses, we can wipe them out.
Okay, how do we do that?
Activate Halo's defenses and destroy the flood.
Should we
Do
go
it.
out and gather animals to put on the ark?
This is the Ark.
Yes, we need an ark.
Do it.
Let's activate Halo. Do we speak into our decoder ring?
No. Didn't the ship's sensors say we still had weapon systems online?
So how do we take out those weapon systems?
Oh, I can stick it. I'm not.
Stick it.
Are any of the ship-to-ship defenses online?
Not that I'm aware of.
Send me your coordinates. I'll see what I can do about clearing an evac route on my way to you.
All right. I'm at latitude 50.3 and longitude 49.7.
Affirmative.
Send in the airstrikes.
Let's finish this fight.
Over.
Ready? Wake me when you need me.
Yes. This was great back in the day when this first came out. Some people would play along. Some got so pissed off. If you want to see somebody really getting pissed off, there is the video game crank call of crank calls involving our friend Duke Nukem. Oh, shit.
Hello?
My name's Duke Nukem. Eat shit and die.
You eat shit, fucker.
It's my way, or hell, it's my way.
Hey, this is my way. I'm on the show. I'm doing the talking.
Shut up, bitch.
You
You're
shut
an
up, you
inspiration.
fucking faggot.
You're an inspiration for birth control. Blow it out your ass.
You blow it at your ass.
Don't get your
sucker.
panties all in a bunch.
No, you think you run your mouth.
I ought to break a broom handle off in your ass.
You're right, nigger.
Shut up, bastard. Bitch.
Right, nigger.
Blow it out
Right,
your
nigger.
ass.
Okay, so this guy's a Democrat voter.
Right, nigger.
I've got balls of steel.
You're right, nigger.
Balls. Shut up.
You shut up. You ain't nothing but a automatic dummy that think you emotional, think you know it all. You don't know shit.
Die, you son of a bitch.
And yes, I'd like to remind you all that Forever is an Hispanic man, and this Hispanic man is laughing at the sound of this crank call where the redneck is responding with dropping an N-bomb with the hard R.
Come get some.
I don't want to get none of your nasty ass anyway.
You and all your little racial stereotypes and shit, I find them offensive. I'm very sensitive to your intolerance, my nigga.
I ain't no nigger. You think you smart and think you get on saying,
What you trying to say? You want me to jack you off or something? Homie, you sound like some
no, I don't
bitch.
want you no, you get on the show and sound
Oh,
like
nigga, don't
you
hate me
done
because
a
I'm
puppy.
beautiful, nigga. Maybe you got
You
rid of
think
the
you a
old
puppy.
yee ass haircut you got. You get some bitches on your dick. Oh, better yet, maybe Tanisha will call your dog ass if she ever stop fucking with that brain surgeon, the lawyer she fucking with. Nigga.
No, you the nigger because you think you know it all. You don't know.
He's singing it. He's singing it. Like Chris Tucker in Friday when he's arguing with Bertie Mac.
You think the white.
Nigga.
Y'all think the white.
Nigga.
You think the white.
Nigga. Nigga.
Y'all think the white slave. Y'all think we fucking slaves. Y'all think we done y'all wrong. No, y'all do us wrong. Y'all come up here and fuck everybody think you can get in here with white girls and all like that. Get them pregnant, get on welfare, draw food stamps and all like that, bitch. Right, we don't owe you a damn thing.
I'm pretty sure that's what happens when you wind up getting too much Pabst Blue Ribbon into a lifelong Democrat politician, and they wind up going into their Southern racist alter ego, and that's where the Democrat source of the Ku Klux Klan comes from. It's all from those Democrat career politicians being a bunch of blood-hungry, racist schizophrenics who, when they get so angry at the world not revolving around them, they wind up going into their Southern Klansman alter ego. And that's what turns a Pelosi or a Chuck Schumer into an imperial knight of the Ku Klux Klan. Yes, it's like Plattner minus his KKK membership.
Niggas don't get down like that.
No, y'all think the whites has done y'all so damn dirty. Y'all think y'all can do everybody damn dirty. Y'all think they'll run over the whites, but that ain't gonna work. You think you got Bummer there for your president? He ain't whoop a shit. He's out there this
Must have
year.
just caught a glimpse
so
of your
what
ugly
they gonna do
ass.
then?
Fuck you.
No, he's out there this year.
Jack, motherfucker, get
he
your
can't
bitch
run
ass
no
out.
more.
Oh, thanks, bitch. When you had to depend on yourself your whole motherfucking life, usually mean bitches can depend on you too.
No, y'all think y'all Bummer's in there for good? No, you're wrong.
Nah,
He
homie.
ain't got he can't run no more this year.
Okay,
He's out
that
of
make a
it.
lot of fucking sense.
He's out of it.
Man, I don't even know what you tripping on.
No, y'all tripping on shit.
Man, I don't give a fuck.
No, I know
fuck
you
you, man.
don't.
Ain't nobody
Because
tripping
niggers
off you and
don't
that
give
bullshit.
a fuck because niggers think they can run the whole show and think they go up here and steal shit and sell it. That's what these niggers do. If
Oh,
they
drunk
can't
asshole.
buy shit, they got to go steal it.
Man, I don't care. Shit. I'm just saying, nigga, I don't care about nothing.
Any nigger goes and steals something and try to sell it, he ain't nothing but a scam bag motherfucker and
Man,
star as
fuck
hell.
you.
Fuck you too.
Right back at your bitch ass, homie.
And yes, that is correct. It's so funny because they are getting played so hard without knowing it. And of course, going back to Duke Nukem, the most famous one is this one, the Duke Nukem little I got balls of steel prank. And it involves a Latina.
Balls of steel. What is that? Hello?
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
Okay, get off vent, or I'll have you bent.
Eat shit and die. I've got balls of steel.
That's interesting.
You have just been banned from the vent server. And
Blow it out your ass.
who did that? Hold on 1 minute.
That was not me. Somebody's playing a joke on someone again. Blow it out your ass.
You think that's fucking funny? Do you fucking think I'm fucking laughing?
I've got balls of steel. I've got balls of steel.
Are you gonna stay here or are you gonna leave?
I've got balls of steel.
Okay, that's nice.
Balls of steel. 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 Balls of steel.
There has to be somebody from the guild, or somebody that we know.
Oh, I hope not, because I don't think your mother's very happy about it.
I don't think so either.
I want every person name written down who's on the guild right
I've
now.
got balls of steel.
And when the
I've got balls of steel.
Get the
I've got balls of steel.
my
I'll rip your
goddamn
head
vent.
off and shit down your neck.
Get the fuck off!
Eat shit and die.
Your mother, you fucking freak. I swear to fucking God, when I find you, I'm gonna rip your fucking head off and it'll be your goddamn dick, alright? Get the
Blow it
fuck
out
off!
your ass. I've got balls of steel.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of your fucking mother that gave birth to you, you fucking cocksucking motherfucker. You just watch when I find your goddamn ass. I'm gonna rip your fucking balls and ram them down your goddamn throat and make you a new fucking box. Do you fucking understand me? Get the fuck off my goddamn vent, you piece of shit. I'm gonna make you a faggot when I find your goddamn ass. I'm gonna ram my fucking fist up your ass.
Balls, 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 balls.
And I got
Balls of steel.
It only does it when you talk. I'm serious about that.
I'm gonna get you.
Blow it out your ass.
See, it's only when you talk. So you sure you don't want to switch channels?
No, I'm finding the Zara. We're gonna cut off the vent, and it's only gonna be given to certain people after this.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of gum.
And you are a lot of cum also, so.
Balls of steel.
This is funny.
Well, forever, I'll take your word for it, because yes, that does sound like this is Jennifer Lopez's cousin. This is Jennifer Lopez.
Serenity, if this is you, I promise.
Balls, 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 balls. Balls, 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 balls.
I'll be right back.
Well, who is that bitch? Did you see what they wrote on Vent?
They did?
In parentheses, who is that bitch?
Oh, snap. Oh, God. That's bad messed up. That's somebody who knows my mom's then. It has to be.
Oh, the spy, though. Remember, she thinks somebody's spying on her.
Yes. It's what happens when you don't vote for Pedro. You make me sleepy. I go sleepy now. I sleepy, Pedro.
Yeah, it has to be a spy from her guild that she's in right now. But come on, that's hilarious. You don't think that's hilarious?
Honestly, I did, and until she started screaming.
I'm reporting this right now. So everyone off vent now, and I want to list the names of everyone that's on Lord of the Rings right now. And
balls of steel. Balls of steel.
Knock off your
I've
vent.
got balls of steel.
Ninja was on this, and then he left. I went on to the other place, and I
Blow it out your ass.
Oh, Type it in. No, officers chat.
Blow it out your ass.
Everyone is.
Blow it out your ass.
It's okay. Just get on officer chat.
Congratulations. I just found out who you are. See you soon.
I've got balls of steel.
What do you want?
Blow it out your ass.
You're dead.
I've got balls of steel.
What the fuck do you fucking want, you fucking bastard?
Eat shit and die.
No, I'm gonna fucking kill you, motherfucker, old style. You fucking watch, you prick. Fuck you.
Blow it out your ass. I'll rip your head off and shit down your neck.
What?
Blow it out your ass.
Leave me alone.
I've
damn
got
it.
balls of steel.
Hello?
Blow it out your ass.
Oh my God, no. Pointer. He's starting again. I got chills again. Write his name down again.
I've got balls of steel.
Now that's how you do it. And here we have our finished Spider-Woman. I think it turned out very well. I think it turned out quite fun with our little lady. As this is the last call, ladies and gentlemen. The last call for Super Chats, the last call for channel memberships, and the last call for donations into the store, as we've had a fun time tonight. Why? Because come get some. Oh, blow it out your ass. Blow it out your ass. Indeed, great work. Well, yes. Now, forever, I hope you're able to avoid getting, getting any sort of experience with a bipolar Latina like the one we were listening to this night. And on that note, I want to thank you all for watching. Subscribe so the channel will reach 10,000 subs. Become a member today and shop my art store with the first link in the description below, where you can buy my art or commission me or support me with a donation, or you can go and pre-order issue 4 of my comic book Encrypted. The first 3 issues are still available, and a regular copy is 5, an autographed copy is 10, and an autographed and sketched-in copy is 20 of any of these first 3 issues, along with issue 4 coming in right now. You can also get a 1-year subscription for $60, or a 1-year subscription with your copies autographed for $90. So tomorrow I'll have new videos, new shorts at 5 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 and 6. I'll have a new video at 6:30, and I'll be live again at 10. So until then, felines, slam it, lick it, suck it, and see you, Space Cowboy.